England, we get our share of freezing cold temperatures, and so we know or should know what to do to avoid frostbite, and yet it still happens to people, and especially this week we can expect some frigid temperatures. So Diane, before we talk about how to prevent frostbite and treat it, let's check in with Todd one more time to talk about the biggest areas of concern here in Maine this week. Todd?
Yeah, ladies, the wind chills are pretty nasty everywhere, but they're especially cold across the far north this morning. And that's where we find some wind chills that are currently close to 30 degrees below zero. And there's a wind chill warning across the far north until 10 o'clock this morning. So if you spend time outdoors, you need to limit it. And you need to think about your pets too, because occasionally in some of these gusts, those numbers could get down close to 40 below zero. And guess what? There's an even colder air mass expected to build in later this week, which will be even colder than this one. So for more on those tips, let's get back to you guys. Diane, I think you have some good ones for us.
Yeah, it sounds like they'll come in handy this week. Thanks, Todd.
And especially about pets. We don't think about our pets.
But they can get frostbite as well,
Yes,
I believe.
Yes, they can.
All
Yes,
right,
they can.
so let's talk about preventing it.
Okay, so I confess I have to be reminded about such things as wearing a hat. Years ago when I did Storm Center, I used to catch you-know-what from some viewers because I wasn't wearing a hat, and a few viewers actually sent me some hats.
So that was fun.
That was great fun, but frostbite is not fun. Here's what happens. Your skin freezes, and ice crystals actually form inside your cells, and the deeper it goes, the higher the risk of severe damage. Beautiful picture, isn't it? That's what can happen. So I've got a list of signs and symptoms of frostbite that you should look for. Slightly painful, prickly, or itching sensation, red, white, pale, or grayish, yellow skin, hard or waxy looking skin, a cold or burning feeling, numbness, clumsiness because your joints and muscles are stiff, and in severe cases you'll have that blistering. So what should you do or not do if you have frostbite? I've got a few tips. Do get to a warmer place. Do replace wet clothing with soft, dry clothing, and do wrap in blankets to warm and protect frostbitten areas. Separate the affected fingers and toes with any kind of clean material that you can find. Do soak the affected area in warm, not hot water for about 20 to 40 minutes. Do wrap in gauze after rewarming, and again, separate those affected fingers and toes.
Can the skin actually fuse together if you don't do that?
Yes, you want to.
Okay.
Do not use direct heat, such as fire, a heating pad, or a hair dryer to thaw the skin, because it can burn already damaged skin. Do not rewarm frostbitten tissue if it can't be rethawed. Refreezing can worsen the damage, and do not rub or massage frostbitten skin because you'll make it worse. And you should also get checked up by a medical professional, especially if it's deep frostbite. You need emergency care. But as our grandmothers taught us, prevention is worth the ounce of cure.
Right.
Bundle up layers, mittens, socks, cover your head, ears, and nose. And for more health tips on lots of things due to health, please check out my Catching Health blog. Just go to DianeAtwood.com, and there we are.
Very nice. And just so you know, I wore my hat to work this morning.
Well, I
Being a
kind
good
of
girl.
ran in from the car and didn't. You can send me more hats if you want
She'll
to.
never learn that, Diane Atwood.
Old dog, you know.
We'll see you again soon, Diane. Thanks. And we'll be right back.